Mongoose Jake here with a quick little video detailing a bike I picked up over the weekend. And now here we are, middle of the week, but it's finally a nice day without rain. That's what all I've been getting here lately. And I finally wanted to pull this bike out, go over it in its current state, exactly how I got it, because this is going to be a project bike for this year. And this is a Mongoose SX 6.7. This is a 1999 model. Now that's kind of important. Ignore the grime. It literally has just been stored for years here. And this is a Newman series frame. Specifically, that says Son of Newman. For those of you who are old Mongoose fans, you'll recognize that. But even more key, the older Mongoose bikes, that's picking it up. Let me see about getting something here to get rid of the glare. This is made in Taiwan for Brunswick bicycles. At the time, Mongoose wasn't owned by Pacific, they were owned by Brunswick. And they were making some very good bike frames then. Like this is in particular a very nice frame. The front triangle, especially so. And these forged links are very, very nice actually. And you'll see here the SX 6.7, the SX frame had a adjustable positioning, and it's not quick adjust, it's literally unbolt it and move it down. This will give you a little longer travel and a different progression rate on the shock. And that is one thing that I will most likely upgrade. The shock, it's everything on this bike is in decent condition. It's just grimy because the guy who I bought it off of, I paid $120 for this. And the guy I bought it off of, he had just bought it originally. He was the original owner. He bought it in 1999 for commuting. And that makes sense when you see some of the things that were included with it. Fenders, a big chunky seat, and then he had cable locks and a rack adapter. But he did make a couple of upgrades. This bike, when it was new, didn't come with these bars, although that is distinctly late 90s, early 2000s style on the stem and narrow flat handlebars. Those will be swapped. But he also upgraded the fork, and he said he did that pretty early on. It's a RockShox Judy XC that has the dual preload adjustments, and it has a rebound adjustment. So I will probably just service this fork and keep it on the bike. As you can see, the rim strip hanging out, so that's definitely going to be an item. The tires will be swapped. I'm probably gonna stay almost vintage style. I might put some WTB Velociraptors on here. That's a classic mountain bike tire set. Also, I'll probably put a WTB Pure V saddle. That's my favorite that there is. But he also put, kind of back in the day, a Shimano XT crankset. I'm probably keeping this on here. I'm just going to swap it from the triple setup down to a single ring. And then he said right away, within the first couple weeks of riding the bike, he said he bent his rear rim, and he had the local bike shop there in Colorado lace up a wheel for him, and he put a Shimano XT hub to a Sun Mammoth Fat rim, which I've used these rims on a downhill bike before. They're pretty beefy. Now, not light, but tough. Now, the drivetrain, otherwise, I will be replacing pretty much everything. The old Shimano derailleur has done its duty, but I will replace it. I'll either go to a mid-grade SRAM set, or I might try out some of the newer brands that I have never rode, like the box drivetrain parts. I've never had any of those. Might go that route. But I might go to a decent coil shock or an air shock and redo the whole cockpit. Everything. New seat post, bar stem, and probably take a look at this headset. I mean, it's a nice Tioga, which I don't see that brand anymore, but Tioga was a very good brand at the time. And it's like everything on this bike was quality parts. You know, he put a Bontrager race bar on it. The brakes themselves, I'll have to do some work. They're old V brakes, and I don't know if I'm going to swap out there's nothing wrong with V-brakes. They're a little less power, but this is just going to be kind of a nice trail bike for me to work on. And the Mammoth Fat rims are rim brake compatible, so I might just get the local bike shop, or so I've never built wheels. That's the only thing I've never done with bikes. I've never fully built a wheel, but I'll probably lace up either learn and do it myself, or have the bike shop do it. Get a matching wheel for the front, and then keep that as a spare. But this is the Mongoose SX 6.7, a 1999 Mongoose made in Taiwan when they were owned by Brunswick. And I think it'll be a fun project. I got a lot of things to do. I'll tear down the whole rear end and re-lubricate all the pivots, and probably have the rear end powder coated. Not the front. I mean, that brushed finish is too nice. It needs cleaned, but I wanted to make a absolute day one me having not touched anything video, and that's where we're at. This is the condition and how I got it for $120. Looking forward to working with this. This is gonna be a fun build, but hope you hang around. It's gonna be a few videos over the months coming, and hope you stick around and watch as it progresses. This is Mongoose Shake with my upcoming build for this year with a brand new, to me, Mongoose SX 6.7.